This month, you may have not known, this is National Mental Health Awareness Month. And so we're here to help break the stigma for mental illness. And we have two from the National Alliance for Mental Illness of Sarasota County who are here with us. We'll have them introduce themselves. Colleen, you start.
I'm Colleen Thayer. I'm the executive director of our NAMI affiliate.
All righty, and Heather?
I'm Heather Dunn. I'm the Ending the Silence Program Coordinator.
So let's talk a bit first about the importance of ending the stigma. I almost feel like for a lot of people, even coming out that they have mental illness is akin to coming out with a whole host of other things, because there's a stigma with mental illness that people are afraid to talk about it.
They are, and that's the goal of Ending the Silence. Our program is to really get the lines of communication open, where the students may not understand what the signs and symptoms are, but once they realize that 1 in 5 people have a mental health condition and that they're very common, they're really more apt to start talking about it.
And you guys have done several events. We have some pictures that we hope to pull up here. This is an event that you and your husband actually on the left took a part of, the Emerald Evening event. Could you describe a little bit what this was?
So this was our inaugural gala event that was held at Michael's on East just a couple of weeks ago. And it was very successful, but it was really to promote awareness about mental health and just promote NAMI and our programs that we offer.
And Colleen, the next one, and you talked about this a little bit when we saw you and Vicki also last October. Ending the Silence, you folks go to schools as well.
Sure, yeah. The Ending the Silence program that Heather mentioned goes into middle and high schools and talks to students. There's a program component of it that talks to parents and one that talks to school personnel, so teachers and all school personnel really, and just again talks about how signs and symptoms, how to get help, how students can further get the needed help that they need, whether that be talking to a counselor at school or their parents or friends.
And I remember before the interview, actually, Heather, you had told me that a lot of times when you're speaking to kids, sometimes it takes a little while for them to start to open up about what they're going through.
It does. What really I think is the best part about our program is that we share our personal stories. So I've lived with anxiety since I was a teenager, and other people talk about whatever their own lived experiences are. And when they actually hear somebody else say that, hey, I have this condition and I can still get through and make a good life for myself, I think they really enjoy that, and it makes them open up a lot more.
And anxiety, I mean, that's something, anxiety and depression are things a lot of people have. Yes. And I think you were even saying 1 in 5 teenagers have a mental illness. And then how many don't seek help?
More than 2/3.
More than 2/3 do not seek the help of a mental illness that they actually have. And I feel like it's prime time, especially late teens, early 20s, that a lot of people might get their, might actually experience symptoms of.
Sure, it can happen anytime in someone's life, but that kind of late teen, early adulthood seems to be a time where things can manifest.
And real quick, if we can go back to the pictures again, you guys have an upcoming event this Wednesday from 4 to 7. I know the time's a little bit cut off there. Resilience and Recovery. Heather, can you tell me a little bit about this?
Yes, actually Colleen is doing this event, so she has all of the information.
My mistake.
No. It's a NAMI event in partnership with the Academy at Glengarry and Mental Health Community Centers here. And it's really just a symposium, free symposium, so registration is free for this. But to talk about first episode psychosis, which is something that kind of time in your life where things first happen and the importance of getting treatment right away. There's a peer that is speaking coming up from Miami, so he's going to talk about his lived experience. And then Dr. Andy Blanche, who's local here, her expertise is in trauma-informed care, which a lot of times there are traumas in our lives. They can be anything, but that can definitely impact mental health.
And we do have to wrap it up real quick. Where is this going to be?
It's at the Morgan Roth Auditorium at Ringling School of Art and Design.
All right, and that's this Wednesday at 4. Colleen, thank you for coming. Heather, this is our first time seeing you. Thank you for coming by. We hope to see you again.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.